In today's video, I'm going to be trying to sell 90% silver to coin shops and seeing what they offer me for my bag of 90% silver. Now, 90% silver being your dimes, quarters, and half dollars, 1964 and before. And we're going to see if we can get at least one coin shop to offer us full spot price or full melt price for our 90% dimes, quarters, and halves. Can we do it? Will we succeed? Or will we be lowballed by all these coin shops? Well, you're going to have to watch and find out. Let's get on the phone and see what they offer us. My channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to sdbullion.com/new. Yeah, do you guys buy 90% silver coins?
Yes, we do.
Okay, what are you paying today?
We are paying. Well, for dimes and quarters, we're paying $15.50. For halves, we'd be paying $16.
So $15.50 for dimes and quarters, but halves 16.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Now, can you buy quantity? Like, if I wanted to sell a lot of it at once, like let's say 1,000 face.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. Wow, $15.50 for dimes and quarters and $16 for half dollars. Guys, stay with me. Let's do this math. So we have silver at $24.66. If we multiply that by 0.715, that is how many ounces of silver you have per $1 face value, whether it's 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 2 half dollars, however you add it up. It melts today for $17.63. So if we were to sell them 1,000 face, the melt value would be $17,631, but they would only be paying us $15,500. That means we would be losing over $2,000 worth of silver by selling it to them. Now, if you want to know how much of spot or back of spot that is, let's do it. So if we take our $15.50 times 1.4, and what 1.4 is how many dollars of face value that you need to get to 1 ounce of silver. That means they were actually paying us $21.70 per ounce for our silver, subtracted from our $24.66. That means they were buying it for $3 an ounce back of melt. And the half dollars, while a little bit better, were still not much more. So 16 times 1.4, $22.40 minus $24.66. We were losing $2.26 per ounce on our half dollars. Given that the 90% premiums seem to be going up right now, that is not what we would be looking for, and certainly not what I would recommend selling 90% for today, but that's only our first shop. Let's call shop number 2. But before we call shop 2, really quick, if you guys like videos like this and you want to see more, the best thing you could do to help me support and grow this channel is going down below and making sure you are subscribed. If you don't like this video, don't do it, but if you do, I would definitely appreciate it. All right, let's get the shop 2. Yeah, are you guys buying 90% silver today?
What kind of 90% silver that you're talking about, sir?
Like dimes, quarters, and half dollars?
Yes, we do.
Okay, what are you paying for it today?
Paying 17 times. 17
times, is that the same for all dimes, quarters, and halves?
Correct.
All right.
17 times the face value.
Perfect. Now, can you buy a lot of it at once? Like, let's say I wanted to sell like 1,000 face value. Is that something you can do?
Sure, we can do that.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, $17 is definitely better than our first shop. Let's find out how that works out with the math. So we'll grab our calculator and take 17 times 1.4. That means they were offering us $23.80. If we subtract our $24.65 spot, that leaves us with 85 cents an ounce on the table. Now we have 715 ounces of silver in 1,000 face. So we'll multiply that by 715 ounces. And you can see if we sold to this shop, we would still be leaving $607 worth of silver on the table. That is certainly a lot better than our first shop, but I would love to find out if we can find a shop, like I said earlier, that is going to pay us full spot price. So let's call shop number 3 and see what they say. Yeah, are you guys buying 90% silver coins today?
Yes.
What are you paying?
How much do you have?
I mean, I don't know how much I want to sell, but I have 1,000 face.
He said all varies on what you want to sell.
Okay, well, let's say I sold 100 face. What would you pay for that?
100 face?
Yep.
14.75%.
Oh, okay, now, would you pay more or less if I sold the entire bag?
More.
More, okay. Just so I know, I'm not even saying I'm going to bring it in, but just so I know, because I am calling some different places, how much more?
Yeah, you pay 15 and a quarter.
All right, thank you. I wrote it down, and I really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, bye. Okay, so that shop was a little bit different. Way back of what we're looking for. $14.75 if I only sold $100 face value. 15 and a quarter, so 50 cents more per dollar if I sold them all 1,000. I would assume the reason for that is they would take that 1,000, like I've said in other videos, and then ship it out to like a wholesaler and dump it quick and be able to turn some money over. But $15.25 is way too back. Let's take a look at these numbers. So let's go ahead and say we're going to sell them the $100 face. He said $14.75 per dollar. So if we take that, multiply it by 1.4, that's $20.65 per ounce. Subtract it from $24.62, that is $3.97 per ounce. He is buying it back of spot. So if we sell them all 100 face at that number, there's 71.5 ounces in 100 face. That relieves us with $284 worth of silver that is left on the table. We will never get back. That silver is just gone. Now let's say we accept his $15.25 and we're going to sell all of our silver, all 1,000 face value. So 15.25 times 1.4 is $21.35 per ounce. Subtract $24.56 leaves us with $3.21. Multiply that by 715 ounces, which is how many ounces you have in 1,000 face. That means we are losing $2,295 worth of silver. That is definitely not the numbers we're looking for. So far, we have struck out trying to find that shop that is going to buy our silver for a melt. But let's keep calling and see what we can find. Yeah, can you tell me, are you guys buying 90% silver right now?
Yeah, we're always buying coins. What do you have exactly, or how much face value?
Well, I don't know how much I want to sell, but I have up to 1,000 face value.
Okay, well, that's a good problem to have. You really just have to come in and talk to him. He does like to see what he's buying. And it really just depends. Do you have a idea of what you were trying to get out of it, or?
I mean, it's circulated. There's nothing that's like too worn, so I was just calling around to some shops to see what they were paying per dollar.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're starting out as I'd say just an average, and that's why I say we like to see what we're buying, who we're buying from and stuff, but it's probably going to start out about 12 times and go up. That's just kind of a rough ballpark. Now, when you have a quantity like that, it's different. Because like I said, because that's enough for us to make a sale, because it's a bigger quantity than as if somebody comes in and they just have a couple quarters, and we have to accumulate and there's a whole process, but yeah. That's just kind of a rough average where it starts.
Rough average,
I guess. But once you come in and talk to he's the owner. He's actually out today, but he'll be back in here tomorrow, and then he can get, a fresh price, and you just kind of go from there. Okay, all right. Well, but there's a lot of things that do factor into it. But I guess if you know most of, but you're right. Most of it's just silver, because we don't, when it comes in like that, we don't really search through the dates. It's just traded for silver, because most of that stuff in the 30s, 40s, 50s. 60s, that's just what they were. Yeah,
and that's all it is just silver. I know there's no better dates or key dates in there or anything like that, so.
Yeah, and so that like I said, that 12 is just kind of a starting point, but like I said, once you get in here and what it is, what is he getting, he would probably be more than that on that type of quantity, so.
Oh, okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All righty, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so to be totally fair to that shop, she said that the owner wasn't in, and she just figured 12 was around a starting point. So let's give them credit and say maybe the owner would offer us more than $12 per dollar. But for fun, let's just assume that's what they paid. Let's grab the calculator and see how bad that is. Wow. So if we take 12 times 1.4, they were paying $16.80 per ounce, minus $24.62. That is $7.82 an ounce under spot. If we multiply that by 1,000, or it wouldn't be 1,000, it would be 715. If we multiply it by 715 ounces, that'd be $5,591 we're leaving on the table. And if I just confused you with the math, let's do it a little bit different way. Let's say we have 1,000 face times 0.715. So that leaves us with 715 ounces of silver. And then we multiply that by the difference between spot and what they were offering us, which was, I believe, $783, if I remember. There you go. So $5,600 worth of silver left on the table. But again, we're going to be totally fair to that shop and say, you know, he may have offered us more if we actually brought it in. But that's probably not somewhere I would want to spend my time going. And maybe I would call them back another day when the owner was there and get a better idea. But I certainly wouldn't walk in after hearing that. So we are not doing good. We are still looking for that one coin shop that's going to pay us melt. Let's keep going. Yeah, are you guys buying 90% silver?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you paying today? And I'm calling around multiple shops just so you know. I'm just trying to get some numbers.
Probably just depends what it looks like. I mean, sometimes some of it's more wore out than others.
I'm pretty picky. None of it's slick, so there's no slicked ones in there. At least not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty picky when I buy it.
Sure. You know, right around 17 times what I'm buying it at.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's probably one of the better ones I've heard today so far. I appreciate it.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right. And do you guys can you guys buy in quantity? Like if I had 1,000 to 1,000 face, is that something you could purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so we already did the math on 17 times earlier, but let's do it again just for fun. So 17 times 1.4 is 2380 minus 2461. So we're losing about 81 cents per ounce, and we have 715 ounces. So if we multiply that by 715, we're losing about $580. All right, let's keep going, and we're going to try another shop and see if we can't find someone at least paying us melt. We're getting close, though. Yeah, are you guys buying 90% silver today?
Yes, we are.
Okay, could you tell me what you're paying?
I guess, what do you have exactly?
It's a mixture of diamonds, quarters, and halves, but I don't have any slicks. I'm pretty good at weeding those out of it.
Right. 16.5 times face value is what we'd pay today.
Oh, it's not bad. Now, are you, do you pay more or less if I were to sell in quantity? Do you know? Like, let's say I had 1,000 face.
Yeah, it'd be the same.
Be the same. All right, cool. All right, I appreciate it. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, well, I said that's not bad, but again, we are still trying to find a coin shop that's going to pay us at least a melt, and we are striking out all across the board. Now, many of my commenters said, I have noticed as well, that the premiums, in other words, what you're paying for over spot for 90% is going up. So we are still unable to find a single shop that's willing to pay us at least a melt. But let's do 16.5 and see what we have. And if we take 16.5 times 1.4, that is $23.10 per ounce minus our $24.58, which is what we have spot showing for now. It's been going down a little bit throughout the course of these calls, is $1.48. If we multiply that by our 715 ounces, we're leaving over $1,000 on the table. So again, we have yet to find a single coin shop willing to pay us over spot for or even spot. I'm not even trying to get over spot. I'm just trying to find a single shop that's willing to pay us spot for 90%. And we have struck out 6 times. We're going to try one more shop before we call it here. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, could you tell me, are you guys buying 90% silver today?
Yes.
Okay, could you tell me what you're paying?
17 times face.
17 times. And can you buy in quantity, and do you pay any less or more for quantity? Like, let's say I had 1,000 face.
They have quarters or dimes.
It's a mixture.
A mixture. And you have 1,000 face?
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to sell it, but I'm just wondering if you'd pay more if I did.
Okay. Do we pay any more if we've got 1,000 face? It's a mixture. That's the price. It's based off of where we are with spot.
That's fine. I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
Sure. Yep.
Bye. All right, so we just did 17 times in another call, but that is 7 coin shops in a row. We were unable to find a shop offering us at least spot price for our 90% silver. So a very interesting video today for sure, and a lot of calls, and unfortunately we were unable to complete our goal of selling 90% silver for at least melt or spot price. Failed. We straight up failed today, guys. I'm not going to keep calling. That's already 7 shops that we have called. But yeah, it didn't work out. So let me know what you think. Are you buying 90% silver right now? Are you holding on to some that you want to sell, but you can't find anyone to give you a good number? I would love to know your thoughts. So leave them in a comment down below. Now, YouTube, by the way, thinks that you would like this video up above me. So if you haven't seen that yet, you should go watch that right now. And before you do that, though, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.